Hello, friends. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. This episode, we're going to be looking at the October 2020 energy forecast for life path number 7. So, sevens, this month, October, is a 5 universal month. And what that means is collectively, we could be seeing some influences of the 5 energy. What that usually holds is a lot of change, oftentimes frequent and unexpected. It can be expected change, of course, too, but oftentimes it's unexpected and it usually holds some kind of transformation. So the best way to sort of manage that energy is to go with the flow as much as possible. So that can be somewhat difficult for all humans, but sevens especially. So as much as you can find ways to surrender to that energy, to that change, to that transformation, then the more comfortable that will feel for you. And so that could be a big piece of October for all of us collectively. So just be aware of that. Another energy of the 5 is adventure, travel, expansion, whether that is expansion of the mind or actually traveling somewhere physically and immersing yourself in nature or another culture or something that will offer you some kind of healing or expansion, again, physically, emotionally, or of the mind, right? So that may come in for you, as well as the need for moderation. And so with 5 energies sort of lurking about, we can sometimes live in excess or sort of live in an extreme, and again, physically or emotionally. So being caught up in our emotions too much or not being in touch with our emotions enough, or physical extremes when it comes to addictions or anything like that. And so a lot of the energy for this month is asking us to find moderation, find our balance. And so if you find this month at all that you feel out of balance in any way, then you're just being asked to find a way to recoup that balance. So what I want to do is look at the entire month of October for you. I'm going to break it down into 4 weeks. That of course is fluid. The energy can kind of come in as it sees fit. So take what resonates and leave what does not. This of course is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, then please go to my website and book some time with me. I would love to work with you. All right, so the first week of October for sevens, we have this energy of sort of satisfaction, contentment, just overall joy and happiness, right? Just feeling of peace, and this is very gentle energy, and so which is really lovely. A lot of people may struggle with this first week of October with it being an Aries full moon, but you guys have this energy coming in for you that's just sort of feeling fulfilled and content and happy. And so I like this energy. It's of course what you do with it. It may be a situation where you need to seek that out, right? And find that gratitude and find that happiness and joy within the circumstances, whatever they may be. But there's definitely an energy here for you guys that's really beautiful, really peaceful, again, contentment, a feeling of joy and satisfaction. So soak that in for sure. And then in the second week of October for sevens, we have some kind of an offer coming in for you. And so this could be you making an offer or an offer coming in for you, but it's an emotional offer. It's one that is, again, should bring you some level of joy, some level of happiness. It's an offer that will sort of meet your emotional needs, if that makes sense. So this could be, just to kind of put it into perspective, in terms of relationships, this could be an offer of taking a relationship to the next level. It's sort of a young energy, so it's something new. This feels like if you are single and you want to get back on the dating scene, you could have an offer to go on a date or something like that. If you are married, this could be an offer for, maybe you find out you're pregnant or something like that, or going to have a baby. If you're in a relationship, this could be taking the relationship to the next level. So proposal of some sort or something like that. And it doesn't, it doesn't have to be about relationships. It can be an offer of employment or getting new clients or something like that. But it's an emotional offer that is emotionally satisfying. So beautiful energy for the first couple of weeks for you guys coming in. And again, when that offer comes in, sevens sometimes have a difficult time trusting themselves, trusting others, trusting the universe, that sort of thing. And so the message from the universe is, whatever this offer is, trust yourself with it, trust your inner knowing, and trust that it is divinely guided. So you can say yes to this, okay? This is something that is for your highest good. But definitely go within, see what comes up for you, see how you feel about it, and then move from there. But trust how you're feeling, right? Try not to second guess yourself. And then the third week of October, we have this energy of some major clarification coming in for you, some news, some kind of information that sort of breaks through the clouds, right? It's kind of like if you felt like you've been walking through fog a little bit or couldn't see clearly, it's like all of a sudden the clouds part and the sun shines and you can see everything you need to see. And so be careful about disregarding this information, right? Sometimes when this information comes in, when this clarity comes in, it's not always what we want to see, but it's usually for our highest good. And so there's a reason why it's coming in. So really kind of sit with that information, with that wisdom that's coming in, that clarity that's coming in, and see how you can use that on your journey. And again, if it's kind of like at first you're like, I don't like what I'm seeing here, then sit with it, right? And again, try to figure out why it's coming in for you. What is it trying to show you? And it doesn't feel like it's heavy or negative energy or anything like that. It doesn't feel like negative clarity, right? It doesn't feel like anything that would be abrupt or disheartening or anything like that. It feels actually pretty light, but it does feel like major clarification coming in. And so I feel like this clarification is sort of needed as you move into the fourth week of October. And that fourth week of October is all about union, coming together, healing relationships, healing your relationship with yourself. So it might be that maybe, this clarification came in or this information came in for you, and now it's kind of opened the doors to mend a relationship, heal a relationship, bring a relationship together. It doesn't have to be about a relationship, but it does, it's emotional, and it feels that it does have to do with others. And so it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a relationship with family, a relationship with self, a relationship with colleagues. But it does feel like seeing eye to eye and a coming together. And so however that comes in for you, but there's also some healing involved. And so if you've been kind of avoiding healing a relationship, or maybe your pride is getting in the way, or the pride of the other person is getting in the way, it feels like this is an opportunity to sit down, have a conversation with egos aside, and come together and try to see eye to eye. There are, of course, some relationships that are simply too toxic and are not really meant to be part of our trajectory, right? And so those do fall away for a reason. But then there's those relationships that sometimes break when they're not meant to be broken. And so this is this energy of those relationships coming back together. And so it's a matter of what you choose to do with that energy. But there's definitely an opening here to see some kind of, again, coming together, some kind of union. So it's what you do with that. But I do feel like that information, that clarity that comes in that third week of October has to do with whatever this is. And so again, be very mindful, be very aware of what messages come in for you at that time, because I feel like you're going to need that information as you move forward into the fourth week of October to work on mending those relationships. And it may be that you, again, have to put your pride aside, and you have to be the one to make the first move, right? You have to be the one to say, I'm sorry. You have to be the one to humble yourself and compromise, right? And not compromise who you are, compromise yourself, but to see, is there a way that you can see eye to eye with this person and meet them where they are at, as opposed to trying to meet them where your expectation lies, okay? So there might be that energy, or it may be somebody coming to you wanting to mend a relationship this fourth week of October, and where in the past you may have been more hesitant to accept that apology or accept that coming together. there seems to be an opening here in the energy that would allow for, if you choose to take it, that would allow for you to be more open to this. Okay. So however this comes in for you, but it does feel like it's around relationships. It does feel like it's some kind of emotional healing. And again, this can be with yourself. So if you've really been beating yourself up or, just wallowing in self-doubt or anything like that, anything detrimental to your forward movement, this is an opportunity to, again, heal yourself. And so again, however it comes in for you. And then I went ahead and pulled an animal spirit card for the overall energy of the month. And it's really beautiful. You got antelope spirit, which is life is speeding up. And I love that for you all. I feel like maybe there's been some feeling of stagnation for sevens, and this is an opportunity for things to start picking up for you. And again, it's kind of that energy of that third week of October where the clouds sort of part and you're able to see more clearly. And in seeing more clearly, you're able to, things start to flow to you a little bit more easily and things start to pick up. And so you may see that, a quicker pace in October. You may see, again, more clients coming in, more opportunities for growth, more opportunities for, a new job, new relationships, you name it. But it does feel like there's the potential here for you to feel some kind of massive forward movement, which is great. I love this for sevens. So however it comes in for you, it's really, really beautiful. But what I love about this antelope spirit card is it's also a 2 energy, and the energy of the 2 is that, again, that coming together, that mediator, that peacekeeper energy. And so there really is something very strong coming in around relationships for you all in October. And it's that energy of there's an opening to heal this. And by healing that may mean moving on, right? That may mean you and this other person part ways, but how do you choose to do that, right? Are you going to do that in a space of anger and frustration and resentment, or are you going to do it in a space of love and understanding and acceptance? And so again, it can come in a variety of ways for you, but this is a general reading, but there's definitely an energy coming in around relationships for you all this month. And again, it feels very, very strongly around healing or releasing. And in releasing, there's also healing at times, right? So again, it's just how you work through that. That definitely does not mean that you have to compromise who you are to heal a relationship and stay in a relationship if that relationship no longer serves you, okay? But again, life is speeding up, so that can be in the area of career, relationships, anything. So beautiful energy for October for you all. I love this. Stay mindful of that 5 universal energy of change and just trying to go with the flow as much as possible. 7s sometimes, as do all humans, often tend to try to control the situation. And so there's really this call to release and surrender as much as possible and go with the flow of these changes and these transformations, because ultimately they're leading you to your highest expression. They're leading you to what serves you and what is best for you. So the more that we can go with the flow and not fight this energy, the more, the quicker that we'll get to the other side and the more comfortable it will feel. So I hope it's a wonderful October for you all, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.